Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos recently. It's very nice to know that people are interested in some of the topics I'm covering, and I'm very grateful for it because it gives me more motivation to make more of these, so thank you. So today's topic, which I want to kind of cover, is Heart of Steel. Heartsteel. I keep kind of calling it Heart of Steel. It sounds better in my opinion, but I'll get used to it over time. And I wanted to discuss what champions is this item actually good on, and is the item actually even that good? Because I see a lot of threads at the moment, which is like, Heart of Steel is the most broken tank item to have ever been added to the game, or might have made a big mistake with this item. But the more that I've been playing recently, and the more that I've seen of it, I think this item's actually incredibly overrated, and might not even be the best tank mythic, not even the second. Maybe not even the third. So I'm going to quickly dive into my thoughts and the champions, which I think this is good on. I'm going to be looking back over my notes quite a bit, as there are a lot of top laners. These are the ones which I've picked out. There are other things which work. Obviously, like you can play Malzahar or Ivan top if you're an LS fan. And they do work, but I'm not putting them here because I don't think they'll really be hard to still users ever, Heartsteel users ever, and they're not played enough to the point of where I'd want to put them in this. I may have missed a couple of top laners, but I don't think I have from looking through at a quick glance. But I'm sorry if I've missed your main, and they could be a Heartsteel user. So yeah, let's dive into it. The first one I'm going to start off with is Aatrox, which I've made some tiers, so this gives a kind of idea of where these items should go. And I'm just going to straight up go with, it's not a good item on Aatrox. It actually is his fifth most built mythic, which is kind of weird. It's built more than Stridebreaker, which I think is a viable Aatrox item, so yeah, I'm going to put it in very bad. I'm not going to put not an option because there might be a realm where you can go Heart of Steel with Grasp, but yeah, it's most likely going to be Eclipse. I see some Jack Show games with a pretty high win rate, but I think Jack Show is one of those items which it's kind of hard to tell what its actual power level is at the moment, because it was definitely too weak on the first bit of the patch, but now it's been buffed, it actually might be too strong and might need some nerfs. Whether they take that 15% increase resist down to 10 again, or the 3 armor magic resist down to 2. Either of those might be what they do with it. Radiant Virtue I think's fine. It's really hard to leave with this item. It's unpopular, it's niche, and I think it will be far better in team environments. And what's the other tank item? Oh yeah, Iceborne Gauntlet, which is pushed more towards like against armor targets, but I think it's just stronger as an item. Plus that 10% reduction in damage, really nice in 1v1s, helps tanks out a lot in really bad duels. So we're gonna start off with Aatrox. I think he's kind of bad with the item. I don't really see it working over any of the other ones he uses. So yeah, that's the thought process. It's gonna do the thing where I have to keep clicking on the thing. It's really irritating. So the next one I want to look at is Akali, who probably won't be building this item either. Also her third most built item, which is weird. Akali is a Night Harvester user. No one builds Night Harvester on Akali. Super weird. Yeah, she's also very bad with it. There's people who will do it, and I mean, there'll be OTPs who pop off and say, the item's broken, but realistically, Riftmaker, Protobal, even Iceborne are other viable options other than Night Harvester. Akali top's kind of bad. I don't recommend playing it, but if you play the champ a lot, then it's not bad. So, yeah. The next one I want to talk about is Akshan. Not really even played in the top lane anymore, which kind of sucks, because I'm pretty sure he's a better top laner than he is mid laner. Once again, another champ with its second most built. I'm going to see this a lot where people are just testing this item, and because it's been tested a lot, you have a pretty good idea of what its strength level is on these champions. I'm going to put it as not an option. I don't see Akshan really using this item. Problem is, Akshan's only got, like, Kraken, Gale Force, and I guess Shieldbone Eclipse. Past that, he doesn't really have the option to build anything else. There's probably some people who go, like, Prowler's Claw Action, but yeah, he really only has the two. Camille. Camille might be someone who could use this item. Her trade pattern works well with Grasp. She could probably use it with Titanic, but from what it looks like, she's too reliant on Sheen items. And yeah, her only really good ones are Sheen items. So Cinder, Triforce, and Iceborne. Iceborne might be good on Camille. It might be worth trying that with a more tanky build, but with how strong Ravenous is and how many people are building Heartsteel at the moment, Divine Sunder is definitely, probably, it might be the best mythic in the game, just because of how many people are building it. So yeah, I'm going to put Camille's pretty bad with it as well. I want to be able to fly through these because there is a lot of champions. Cho'Gath and Cassie. I'm going to presume Cassie can't really use this item as well. Let's have a look. Cassiopeia. Nah. It's not. I'm just going to say it's not even really an option. Cho'Gath. Okay, so the first champ which can build a B item. Is it his best mythic? Yeah. So Cho is just kind of bad. Yeah, I think with how the meta is at the moment and Divine Syndra being the absolute worst thing imaginable to this item, yeah, no. It's his best in slot, which feels really bad. It might be A, because he might be able to go Jack Show. Not a lot of data on that one either. Maybe Roa Cho comes back, but from what that seems as well, not really. Cho probably needs some love. He's a very vulnerable champion in the current meta. Yeah, you can make Heartsteel work, but not really that amazing. Darius. Did I scroll over it? I did. Yeah, Darius is another champ which you just don't really want to build this item on. He has significantly better options. Darius is either a Stride Breaker or a Triforce user most of the time. I'm thinking Iceborne is just strong into AD top laners who go AD when you can use the Sheen on it. So there might be a realm where you're building Iceborne on champs which might not even have it as their top 3 or 4 items, but because the enemy laner is AD, you can build it and still be a relative same power level as you were with your other items. Mundo. Mundo is another champ. I think this might be Mundo's best in slot. I could be wrong, but yeah. Well, Iceborne has some play on it, but from what I can see, it's probably his best in slot. Once again, not a huge amount of games on this champion. It's that or Iceborne, so it's kind of here or here. I think Iceborne's probably his best mythic, but there's a case that Iceborne is being built second. It might be that Anathema's rushing his best, but even that seems to have died down a bit. So I'm going to put it as one of their best. But Mundo's kind of limited at the moment. He's getting changed next patch as well, so we'll see how that develops. Who is next? Fiora. Second or first best champion in the game at the moment. Really, really strong. Should get nerfed. We'll have to see though. Has so many viable mythics, of which none of them are that, so also just very bad. Gangplank. I saw a Frostfire Gangplank recently, and it still did a lot of damage. So maybe Frostfire Gangplank becomes a thing, or Iceborne Gangplank becomes a thing, but we'll have to see with that one. Prowler's Claw, Triforce. There's just a lot of better things you can run on him. I don't know what his interaction with Q is on it, but yeah, I don't really see it happening, so it's kind of it's there. There might be a realm where it's playable, but from what I can see, not really. Garen. Far most played. Worse than Iceborne, worse than Gale Force. Yeah, it's kind of bad. I know people play it, but from what it looks like, it's round here. It's just not great. Nah. Most built, also not doing particularly well on it. I'm really surprised to see Strowbreaker built as little as it is on the champions, which I feel like perform fairly alright with it. Yeah, Nara's best mythic is probably Iceborne. We'll have to see though, because Triforce is really good. When you turn into Mega, you gain a bunch of AD as base, so items like Triforce, Sterex are really nice on Nar. But I could see Frostfire because it takes his base physical damage, where you go Iceborne into Sterix, being a really, really strong combo, like being this tank Gnar all of a sudden. And if you're into an AP matchup, then yeah, you can go with Triforce. So yeah, Gnar is another champion. Not amazing. Gragas might be someone who uses it. Tank Gragas might be dead because he lost his main item in Sunfire, and I think Turbo was his next, and then it was Frostfire. I could be wrong. It might have been Frostfire, then Sunfire, then Turbo. He could kind of build all of them before. Yeah, it looks like Iceborne's his best mythic in the top lane. Gragas as a top laner is kind of weak at the moment. He's very reliant on squishy targets. He doesn't have a huge amount of percentage damage in his kit. His W is his like tank burner almost, and he has good sustain, but it's not enough that he really has any tank capabilities. Plus he's countered by the meta, so overall Jax is just pretty bad at the moment. He does counter did I say Jackson? Gragas. He's pretty good into Jax though. I know that's a matchup which he can win. But yeah, another champion which is just not particularly good at using this item. Graves, a champion which I've been testing at the moment with Ravenous Hydra. Give it a shot, it might be good. So, yeah, it looks like this item is also not amazing on him. Not even viable. Gwen is probably another champ which just wouldn't want to run this. Doesn't really have much synergizing with her kit. Isn't a demonics user either. Yeah. Has a positive win rate, but Riftmaker is just so strong. So, yeah. I'll put it here. Heimerdinger. Liandry's so strong at the moment because of all the health stacking. Heimer support is his most played by that much. What the hell? I didn't even realise it's flipped that hard. Yeah, there's 3 games lost still. Not even really viable. I put Jarvan here because Jarvan might be able to use this item. I haven't checked. I'm going to when he comes around. Alawi, second most built. Probably a really good Iceborne user, huh? Yeah, try Iceborne Alawi if you enjoy Alawi. Bat, Gore Drinker, Jack Show, Sundara, try. She has a lot of good mythics. But I'd watch out for Iceborne Alawi. It could be something. Plus, she's built Heartsteel a couple of times, and it's not negative in win rates, so it might not be that bad. Guess it kind of synergizes with Grasp if you're taking that tree, so it's alright. Definitely has a lot of better mythics, but you can play it. Irelia. Almost completely tied to shield bow from what I remember. Oh wait. She can go Gore Drinker, Jack Show. Iceborne might be good, it's a Sheen item. Tanky stats, armor, into AD laners. Has a positive win rate, but it's probably already OTPs playing it. So, once again, another champion which can't really use it. Jarvan, this is the interesting one. I'm going to presume his play rate's probably like 3%. It is. It's 3% exactly. Yeah, I guess with the 82 game sample size, it's a negative win rate. It's higher than Gordrinker, which has 138. It's hard to tell. I'll put him there. It's really hard to tell if the champ's good at using an item when they don't really have that many games. Jax is super strong at the moment. Should also probably get nerfed. Is not really going to use this item whatsoever, so... Jace. I put Jace too low in the tier list. I think I actually underrated him. I forgot he got buffed more recently. He's probably around like a D, C tier champ. I have him in E just because I don't really see this champion, and I presumed that he wasn't doing too hot. So that was a misread on my behalf. Yeah, another champ which doesn't really use it. Karma is one I put in here because she can use the item. No one really plays her though, so... Iceborne's higher win rate. Roa Karma might be something. I play a lot of Night Harvester Karma. I think Night Harvester Karma is pretty good. Is there most played support? No, it's not. But we saw I think we saw Beryl play it a couple of times. It's definitely worth trying it. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. If I'm gonna looks like, just go Iceborne or Rower, both are better, and then even the more supportive items afterwards. So, yeah. Kale will not run this item. I can tell you about one. It sounds like a horrible Kale item as well. Yeah. Oh, AD Kale's doing kind of alright at the moment. That's interesting to see. I guess with Kraken being stronger into the tanks, then yeah, you could run it. Yeah, maybe AD Kale's better than AP. Have to see. I think Kale needs to be buffed, but her win rate's definitely improved with the XP changes. Cannons are weak. This champ's been weak for a while. I know there's a loyal player base for this champ, but yeah, kind of weak at the moment. Kled. I think Eclipse Kled's still really strong. I played a couple games on it. It's good, definitely. I don't know if it's as good as Gore Drinker. It might be like the Aatrox situation, but yeah, Kled has a lot of better mythics as well. Cassante might be a champ which uses it, but I think Cassante lies with Jackshow mainly. Yeah, I think he's around here. He could be higher. He could be here, but he's around here. Lilia recently got changed to be melee, which is huge because it means you can run something like Demonics and Conqueror, get more out of it. Very good anti-tank. Yeah, there is not a game on. There's like 100 games actually. Never mind. I mean, I could see it with Demonics, but when something like Leandries exists and how strong it is on Lilia with the Barn, yeah, there is possibility, but probably not. Malphite, a champ, has got completely murdered by the by this patch. I mean, Iceborne and Jackshow aren't doing too bad on him. Don't go Heartsteel, it's not good on him. He has a couple better options. I think even AP Malphite's probably better if you're going Night Harvester. You can do a lot of damage with your Q poke. It's very solo key based, but yeah, it's an option. Honestly, Malphite might even be down here. I just don't really see it working that well on him. Maokai should be a champ which can run this item well. If Maokai's best item isn't this, then that's concerning. Yeah, Maokai's had he's gone back to being a support. I mean, it's his most built. Jackshow's got a higher win rate. Iceborne's got a higher win rate. It's viable. May even be one of his best, but play Maokai support. Maokai support's better again. I think Maokai took too many hits, and he's kind of just not really worth playing anymore, which sucks because it was nice having Maokai top for a bit. Mordecai is a champ I tried this on. I didn't particularly like it. Jackshow and Riftmaker are just better. I want to try Jackshow Mord. I haven't played it yet. I used to play Frostfire almost religiously on this champion because I loved the stats you'd get from the tankiness. Iceborne is still good on him. I think you can go either or. AD comps Iceborne, non-AD comps you can go Jackshow. The new item doesn't look great on him, so another champ which was in D tier. Nasus is a champ which I think uses new Iceborne really well. He can go into comps where he wants to be more tanky. He can go Cinder into comps with high health. He can go Triforce into squishy comps. Nasus is really good in the current meta. Don't build this item on him. It's bad. So yeah, I put Nidalee up here. I don't know if Nidalee has any games. So I might just take her off the list. Yeah, it looks like she doesn't really have any games. Iceborne Nidalee might be a thing, but it's not even worth putting her on here. Olaf. Yeah, significantly better options. Crit Olaf might be really good. I saw it in a was it Polypuff? Is it Polypuff who makes his videos? I can't remember the person who makes the videos. I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw a crit Olaf, and from what I've seen, it's not bad. I know someone who plays it as well, so Yeah, that might be worth trying. Olaf, however, doesn't build this item, so nope. Orn, another tank. Probably a Jackshow user, I'm guessing. Yeah, Jackshow. And then Iceborne, and then Heartsteel. Radiant Virtue's played so little on all the tanks, so I don't really know if this item's good, but it works, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's around there actually. Pantheon won't build this item. I'm just gonna put him there. There's nothing within his kit which suggests he would. Poppy. Divine Cinderer, that's Jungle Poppy. Let's have a look at Top Poppy. Oh, Top Poppy actually has it as her highest win rate mythic. Maybe Top Poppy is a Heartsteel user. I could see it with her range passive. I'll put her up here as like one of her best. I have to see how that develops, but yeah, I could see Poppy being pretty good with this item. Has quite easy way of proccing it with her shield throw, so yep. Quinn won't build this item. Renekton probably won't build this item. I'm just gonna check in case there's some like mad Renekton mains which are actually building it. Yeah, it's not great. Build Prowler's Claw Renekton, please. It's really good. They've been advocating it for a while. Rengar is a Gordon key user, I'm pretty sure, or a Cinderer. I think you can go either now. Even Duskblade. Right, actually, that's jungle. Oh, Ravenous into Gordrinker seems to be his best combination. So yeah, oh, and Eclipse. I forgot about that. Yeah, Rengar actually has a couple of options in the top lane. Very, very reliant on being a one trick on this champ, but yeah, this item's not great on him. Riven also won't build this item. Yeah, 109 games, 0.504%, 0.46% pick rate. Rumble doesn't scale, so you won't build this item on him either. I think he's definitely a Protobout user or a Riftmaker user if you want to go into more Bruiser teams, so he can go down here. Rise is a Roa or a Everfrost user. He won't build this. Sejuani, I don't even think Sejuani builds it as her main mythic. I think she's a Frostfire user from memory. Yeah, Sejuani's another champ which kind of got killed this patch in the top lane. Sucks. I really enjoy playing Sejuani. It's actually our highest win rate mythic. Never mind. Huh. That's really interesting. I guess with the 80, the health scaling, I could see it working. What did I do? I rushed Frozen Heart into I think I rushed Frozen Heart into it. So yeah, it's probably her best in slot. I'm gonna put it here because they're very, very close. Set this item's bait. I call this the bait tier because it is. You know what? Yeah, I'll put it in the bait tier because it is just kind of bad as well. Shen, I think it's Shen's best mythic. Yep, it is significantly his best mythic. So that's another champ which can run it. Very nice. Shyvana kind of gone from the top lane. I just put her here because well, I like the champion. Frostfire, Jackshow. I could see Jackshow Shyvana being good. But yeah, this item's pretty bad on her. Singed, I thought may run it, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's more of a his Roro is his most played mythic. That's interesting. But yeah, Jackshow and Riftmaker sound really good on Singed. I wonder how Jackshow would work as like a third item. You'd go something like Rylai's or Demonic, and then you'd go the other afterwards into Jackshow, Riftmaker, or Turbo, and then yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with Singed. I kind of want to try Singed a bit more. Don't build this item on him though; it's bad. Yeah, I'll put it here because it's still technically playable. I wouldn't say it's not an option. Scion, I think this is probably Sion's best mythic, but Sion's kind of bad at the moment. So Jaxo's higher, Iceborne's higher. Sion's really weak at the moment. Divine Cinder just completely counters this champ, or Bork. It's one of his best, if not, it's around here. Swain I put up here because he's a health stacker, works well with high health. You build demonics on him. It doesn't look good though. Jaxo and Radiant Virtue are better on him, even Roa. So yeah, he goes around here. Silas is a Malphite counter. I don't know why I put him here. I guess because he has enough top lane games that you can kind of consider him an option. Don't. I can hear a wasp. That's terrifying. I hate wasps. Thomas Kench is also getting changed next patch, so he might become a lot better with this item. This one's gonna be a bit hard to measure because he's getting changed so that his AP now scales into his passive, so it makes demonic Tahm Kench really good. It is one of his best mythics though. It looks like Jaxo is better, but yep. Couple left. I'm losing my voice. This is very sad. Teemo won't build this item. It's definitely Riftmaker or Leandries. I know there are people with preferences. Alan, I think, is a... Wait, is Alan Leandries or Riftmaker? I can't remember, but yeah, this item's not good on him, so don't build it. Tarek, I put up here because he's also someone who I could see using this item. 3% play rate on the top lane, not great, so yeah, I'll take him off, never mind. Tristana won't build this item. I'll put her in. I'll just take her out. No one plays Tristana top. It's only really Tristana with Trundle. Has better options. Iceborne and Triforce are definitely his best. Could see them like working quite well. It's playable, but hardly. Tryndamere, I don't know what Tryndamere's state is in with the Navori changes. I think he might be good with them, but yeah, it looks like Tryndamere's pretty good at the moment. If you're going, you can go Ravenous first Tryndamere. That's got a high win rate. Not really small sample size, but good win rate. Into Kraken, yeah, you go Ravenous, Kraken, and then I think it's Navori Phantom, something like that. Don't build this item. It's not good on him. Udyr might also run it. Health stacking on the W, but that's Udyr jungle. Udyr top is hardly played. Ooh, not great. AD Udyr I think is better at the moment, and then it's Iceborne and then Jaxo, so another champ which just kind of can't really run it that well. I want to put him here, but it just looks so bad that I can't really. I thought this was Urgot's best mythic, but I'm pretty sure Prowlers and Iceborne are just still better at the moment. Yeah, Eclipse is also rising in popularity on Urgot, but he has like 4 better mythics. I need to do some more experimenting with Urgot. He's changed a lot recently, and the meta's just shifted, so interesting to see. I think this item works, but there's better options. Definitely one of the better ones. I don't think Vayne will build this item whatsoever, so quickly check that. Because I know there was a stint where Riftmaker Reign was played a significant amount. I think it's an updating. This sucks. Yeah, and even Riftmaker has a higher win rate. I mean, it's got it's like a 4th item, so its win rate will naturally be higher. So yeah, this item's just kind of bad. I'll put it here. Vladimir, I saw Vladimir play this item. I lost to them because my team kind of ran it, but 40%, yeah, not great. Both Night Harvester and Protobelt are higher, even Riftmaker's higher, small sample size, but Vladimir is kind of focused around Riftmaker and is focused around Night Harvester and Protobelt a bit too much to make this item work. I'll put him here. Volibear, this might be Volibear's best, but I'm going to presume it's Iceborne. I think Iceborne sounds like a really good Volibear item with how it works. Yeah, Iceborne is definitely his best. Maybe Jaxo, not a lot of sample size on it though, so hard to tell. Top lane Volibear, good to see, played more than Jungle Volibear. Jungle Volibear is better, but especially with Turbo being a second item option on him. But yep, I think, is it even worth putting it high? I mean, it's playable, so I could see it being around here. I'll put it at the end of B. If it was bad putting it next to Urgot, a champ which can actually kind of run it. I think Urgot's probably around here. Warwick can use the item. Warwick top's also gaining popularity. Very nice to see. Iceborne is his highest win rate option alongside Divine Cinderer and Jackshow. Heartsteel is significantly lower. It's actually kind of bad compared to the rest. It's got a positive win rate, but probably mainly OTPs playing it. I'll put it in C. It's playable. Wukong, Yasuo, and Yone. I'm going to presume the Wind Brothers can't run this item particularly well. And I wonder if Iceborne's good on both of them, because you could go bulk into Iceborne. I've never liked tank Yasuo or tank Yone, but it's always an option. It's his highest win rate top, but it's small sample size Iceborne. Heartsteel, not really. Doesn't really work. I can't really see it working either. He's not a Titanic user. I'm gonna presume Yone falls into the same category. At least Yone top has a bit more sample size, so you can kind of lever it a bit easier. And then what? Zac, Yorick, Wukong. Will this load? You'll find out in a bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. It looks better than the Yasuo one actually. I'll put that around here. But Iceborne Yone top might be good. It'll be interesting to see, because Bork's definitely stronger this patch, so it instantly increases the value of Iceborne as a second item. Wukong should probably be going Ravenous first or second. His champ sounds really strong with that. He's increasing popularity significantly as well. Yeah, Divine Cinderer, Ravenous, really strong items at the moment. You can go Iceborne. You can also go Duskblade if you want to go more lethality. His AD ratios kind of got killed, but they did bring back his R1 quite nicely, so there is a realm. But yeah, he's kind of bad with it. Yorick and Zac. I could see Zac. I can't see Yorick running it. Yorick's kind of reliant on Sheen items. Yeah, Sheen and Eclipse are his best. Heartsteel's not really even there, so also kind of bad. And Zac. Probably Jackshow with Zac, I'm imagining. Yeah, Jackshow, Iceborne, Radiant Virtue, Heartsteel then. It's around here, so we'll put him around there. So yeah, that's the overall tier list. I think this item's pretty bad at the moment. I think it's playable. And okay, I feel like when I say it's bad, it's gonna get yeah. It's okay. So it's not bad. It's also just kind of countered. But what is the best way of describing this item? It's really weak into percentage health, and when you build it, it's pretty bad to carve into a second item. So you just struggle with the mid. Like I mean, you're stronger late, obviously, because it's an infinite scaling item. And early game, it can feel nice with the components as like a lane holding status, but carving into second item isn't great because the items are pretty wonky once you've built this. You can't really go full mill because you don't have the armor to stack up a passive on it, and you struggle to carve even harder once you go full mill. If you give this item, you really need to be a Demonics or a Titanic user as well, so you can get a feedback loop almost with it. So it's I'd say it probably needs to be buffed, but I can see why people would think this item is strong, definitely. And I think as time goes on, more people will understand that this item's a lot more situational. Jackshow is probably going to be the premier tank item alongside Iceborne. I think this will end up being niche, but it's definitely more fun than Radiant Virtue, so I'd reckon I'd see it a lot more. But yeah, the item is fun. I think it's the most enjoyable tank item we've ever had. But for the moment, I think it suffers with the fact that it doesn't have resistances tied to it, and it's an expensive item which requires ramp up. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. It was a bit of a long video. I hope I covered the champions well enough, and please like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. So